The festival has been tremendous so far. We, of course, are talking about 2019 Reading and Leeds Fest. I'm Joe from Patent Pending. How are you? The festival's been incredible. Yesterday we played in Reading. It was ludicrous. Like, did not expect it. Was really, really excited. Had a great time. And I took a picture. Yeah, well, specifically with the crowd. It was fun. I had a great time. 100% true answer. I'm still not sure if music is for me, he said, 18 years in. I think that I've always wanted to be an entertainer, and music hit me pretty hard in high school. And I legitimately, I just wanted to learn how to play guitar. It's also, and I just didn't know how to play the guitar, so I started writing my own songs. Does that make sense? That makes sense. And that's how that happened. It's pretty much an accident, like most things in my life. I mean, probably like most of the bands here, it was Green Day and Plank and Foo Fighters and just bands that really did something, and they made you feel something, made you want to pick up a guitar. I think that's where it probably came from. Our first gig was at a community center in our town. It was horrific. Thank you. I had a great time. Yeah, it was bad. Oh, yeah. Well, we were just a bad band. We just didn't know how to play, and they shouldn't have let us do it. They did let us do it. We invited everyone we knew, and they never came back. Right there, you should put in, hello, darkness, my old friend. Let me again. This is a difficult one. I know what my top 5 are, but the best one ever is a tie. You can't do a 3-way tie. I'm going to answer honestly. Number 3, Patent Pending Simple Plan, Las Vegas, Nevada, 2017. Number 2, Patent Pending, Bowling for Soup, Leeds, December, 2018. And I think my favorite one of all time could be one of the Warped Tour shows. It's just one of the crazy, disgusting Warped Tour. We always played a stage that was maybe smaller than our band was. And one time, it was so crowded and so dangerous that they had to shut the show down. And the barricade collapsed, the stage collapsed down, like the bottom of the stage fell down. It was a mess. Maybe that's not my favorite show. Maybe that's the most catastrophic show. That was memorable. No, definitely not. They got us right off the stage. It was dangerous, like it was a hazard. No, man, maybe my favorite show would be yesterday in Reading. It was amazing. It's on my mind right now. You have to ask me in a day or two, because maybe today's my favorite show of all time. Yes, for the first time in 3 years, the band Patent Penny has released new music. It is a song called Punk Rock Songs, and it is a painfully realistic look at what it's like to be in our band and bands our size and from our genre, where you have to work for every single inch that you gain. And for every 25 steps forward, you take 50 steps back. And it's a grind. And if you listen to just the bridge of the song, it would make you very sad because it's just so depressing and hopeless. But then when you get to the end of the chorus, or even the end of the bridge, there's these parts of hope. And like the idea of the song is, I found where I belong while I was singing these punk rock songs. And the idea that we can't live without it, like it's a disease that we have. And every band here, we all have the same disease. And it's once you feel people clap at you because of something that you created in your bedroom, you need it. And it's in your veins, it's in your blood, it's in your mind, it's in your soul. And it's like, so the addiction can be seen as either very sad, and sad and hopeless, or just a beautiful thing where you're out there doing what you believe in, what you love, and going after it. And I think that the reaction we've gotten from the song has been very consistent with my feelings writing the song, because people who have connected with it are people who grew up in music and people who grew up going to shows, and they feel that. And it's been really cool to see the authentic consumption of it. It's not like when we have a bunch of silly songs. It's more like one of our serious songs where people connect with it and get something out of it emotionally, which I think is really cool. Yeah. It's working towards a new album. Nick's the producer. He hates hearing this, but yeah. Yes. Just a life worth of work. Many shifts. But you know what? I would think that I'm ruining Nick's life. However, I know that he's a workaholic, so I'm just feeding the beast, fueling the fire. That's who I am. See, I'm helping. Look at me. I'm helping. There's absolutely no release date in mind, but the idea is we want all the songs, whether it's a funny song, sad song, meaningful song, we want it to really speak to the title. You know, like in the past, especially in pop punk, you can get so caught up in just doing like, she broke my heart and I think that sucks. And it's like, I hate that. I think that sucks. I think it's time for everyone to move on. So we really want to make sure that the content is nutritious. Like, we want it to really have something for people to feed on. Yes. Nutritious and delicious. Possibly. It really depends on your taste. Peanut allergies. You know what I mean? Running rampant in America. Give the kids peanuts. Oh, it's like a huge problem. Dude, you can't bring peanut butter. Well, first of all, peanut butter and jelly isn't like a common thing here, which I found out the hard way. Oh, peanut butter and jam sandwiches. In America, like we eat these things, like we hand these things out like handshakes in our country. Like, but kids, you can't send them to school anymore because almost every other kid will literally just collapse in the lunchroom. So no more peanut butter at school. Yeah, and they had this thing called I know, it's called like Wonder Butter, and it's a fake peanut butter, and it is it's horrific. It's so gross. How did we get on this topic?
I have no idea.
Delicious and nutritious. An album called Wonder Butter leaves so much opportunity for people to interpret before they hear, and to judge the book by the cover in a vast amount of ways. Yeah, I absolutely do. Pink. I want to write a song with Pink. I think Pink's amazing. I think that Pink might be the most underrated artist of our entire lifetime. Like, first of all, she can do Cirque du Soleil stuff,
Insane.
which is nuts. And every time she does it, she's like, oh, Pink's up on the... Yeah, she is. You do it. I dare you. She's got kids. She got kids. Is she out there swinging from arena tops, singing songs about heartbreak and heroism? Yeah, she's amazing. She's amazing. I like to collaborate with her. I like to collaborate with Luke Bryan, which is a left field choice. You don't even know what that is. It's America. You love country? We write country. That's what we do when we're not doing this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that going to see the light of day?
It's not for us. Other people put it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're out of the heart. Cool.
Yeah, but Nick's developing a southern accent. That's pretty funny. I have more answers for this because I always... Andrew WK would be a great rock one. I would love to do that. That would be really fun. I think the two of us would do something absolutely preposterous. And then there's just give me 1 second. Just everybody just calm down. All right? Can we just... Ed Sheeran. I would love to write a song with Ed Sheeran. Because I couldn't even imagine what you'd be able to learn in a room with Ed Sheeran. Because the things that he forgets... How about this? Another one is Ryan Tedder. And Ryan Tedder, as a songwriter, has been interviewed talking about writing with Ed Sheeran. And he says Ed Sheeran... Ryan Tedder's statistically one of the greatest songwriters of all time. He says the ideas that Ed Sheeran says no to, or the ones that he develops and then throws away, are better than any ideas he's ever come up with in his life. So I want to be there. That sounds like a good place to go.
Yeah, just the floor of Ed Sheeran's ideas.
But what really needs to happen is Pink. Oh, I have a new answer. This is a long answer. Lizzo. The answer is Lizzo.
Holy shit. How good is her album?
So we're clear. Lizzo is the female embodiment of me on a much more popular scale. We are the same, her and I. I love her.
Have you seen her live set?
Lizzo's the answer to the question. And if I ever say elsewise, smack me. Here's what I've come to grips with in my life. There's this idea that if you're headlining a festival, that you've done it. right? There's this idea that if you've played on this late show or this thing, you've done it. If you've sold this many records, you've done it. I think that artistically speaking, we have already accomplished almost everything. Like, we got to play at the Billboard Awards in front of 7.5 million people. Taylor Swift was there. Justin Bieber was forced to watch it. That's funny. Usher was there. He danced. Not to us, his own song. See, that was the trick. We did that. We've toured the world. We've played the biggest festivals on the planet. And people have our faces tattooed on them, which I think is a mistake, but I appreciate it. They have our logos tattooed on them. We do a lot of anti-suicide work, and the things that we've seen, the stories we've heard related to the band are so profoundly moving. I honestly think we've already done it. And this is a realization I came to because I noticed we were doing a huge festival in England a couple years ago. And we played, and it was amazing. And after it was over, I was like, what's the next festival? And I was like, well, why don't you enjoy this festival? You just did this. Like, you just want. And I was like, what's the next one? And I was like, that's scary, because then if you see it, I mean, we are friends with some people that are superstars, like beyond, whether it's in front of the camera or behind the camera, like a songwriter or a singer. We've seen the top of all of it, and these people are still like, shit, I'm not the biggest. God, oh, this guy's got a song coming out, blah, blah. And that's terrifying. So if you don't enjoy it, so I think the legacy that we're still creating has already kind of taken shape. And if it gets bigger, dope. If more people can experience and enjoy that legacy, that's dope as hell. I want to be the Beatles. I just don't think we will be. Not saying I don't believe we could be. You understand the optimism here. But I think we've already done so many great things. And we did it our own way, which is cool. Which is the only way, because no one else will have it. So that's a good question. So it relates to our song Punk Rock Songs. So I have written a lot of pop punk songs that you might know for other bands that maybe I'm just not credited on, or maybe you just never saw the credit sheet on. Why can't I write a hit for myself? Anyway, so I've written a bunch of songs for a bunch of people, and then I fell into country music because my best friend, our ex-producer, because he's too busy now, has become one of the top 5 country writers in the world. So he got me into country music. And I was like, oh, screw country music. It's awful, because I'm a rock guy. And it's like, oh, that's stupid. You wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Like, that's the mentality from rock fans and artists. And I got there, and I realized if you get past, like, the first one where it's like, my truck, my drink, which those songs are fun to write. But once you get past that, you'll find the stories. Like, the greatest stories in music, I think, after Adele, obviously, are told, and Taylor Swift, are told in country. And the importance of lyrics is what I've gravitated towards, like the importance of it. And the fact that every single line, not an ounce of fat on it, that's when a song's done. And I go back, I'm singing songs that we're playing. And I still believe in these songs, I still love them, because it was part of my life and I wrote it. However, as I'm up there, I'm like, God, I wish I could change this song. Because the thing I'm trying to say has not been said succinctly enough and has not hit on the points. We have a song called Douchebag. God, I'd love to rewrite Douchebag. I'd kill it. I would crush it. And right now it's like, oh, that's funny. They say douchebag in a song. But we didn't really paint that picture the way I'd like to. And the song Punk Rock Songs is the first time that, as a band, we've been able to truly say everything we wanted to say. I don't know, you're probably not familiar with the band, but in Patent Pending, we have a bunch of songs on the topic. We have a song called Second Family, Brighter, This Love Can Save Us All, Right Hearts. But we have a countless amount of songs on the topic of how hard it is and how much we love being in a band. And this is the first time we've encapsulated it. And the reactions we've gotten that I was alluding to before have been so specific. And it's like, man, when you were talking about that moment, you painted a picture. And like, that's exciting to me. So writing music for other people has taught me the importance of lyric and what it does to the listener, and how you immediately see effects because you're like, oh, that's a cool song. It goes through, that's a cool song, to, oh my God, that song speaks to me. So that's what writing music for other people has taught me, which I think is a valuable lesson. Maybe it'll come in handy one day. No, different song. That time it's, now I'm a believer. Then I saw her face. Neil Diamond. You get it. Neil Diamond by way of the Monkees. History. It is a really good example of writing songs for other people. Neil Diamond wrote so many songs for other people. Hardy. His name is Hardy. And if you love rock music and you have a sense of humor, listen to Hardy. Hardy. He is a fucking punk. Like, he is a punk. He is a country punk. And man, like the guy who produced a lot of it is a dude who produced a lot of Pan Penny records, and wrote a lot of it. He has a song called Rednecker, that is, like it'll kind of blow your mind a little bit. He's really really good.
Yeah, we'll be on that.
He's got a song called. What do you remember the song? You don't know the titles of his songs, right? What's the one that's basically "Come and Get Your Stuff" by Pan Penny? It's where about she left for good this time. No, is it the one She Meant It This Time? I think it's called She Meant It This Time. I forget what the actual title, but it's basically a Pat Penning song, and but it's so much better. We have a song called "Come and Get Your Stuff." Oh wait, it's called "Shake Weights and Moving Crates." The chorus, never mind. It's called "Shake Crates and Moving Crates." The tag is "Come and Get Your Stuff," and it's listen to that song first, and then listen to Hardy's version of it. Oh my God, it's so good, so good. Every time I hear a Hardy song, I'm like, "Ah, how did I not write that?"